gave 28 years to his job and he died at his desk on a Friday night. His name was James. He and I worked at the same company. He worked for 28 years and he died on a Friday night, not at home, not with family, but at his desk alone. They said it was a stroke, but anyone who knew him knew the truth. It was years of stress, skipped meals, and nights where he carried work home instead of rest. James was that guy who gave everything. He never used his vacation days, never missed a deadline. He thought loyalty meant security. But by Monday morning, HR sent out a short email. We are saddened to announce, you know how that goes. You know the spiel. And by Wednesday, somebody new was already training in James's seat. No pause, no silence, just business as usual. That's when it hit me. To a company, you are not family. You are replaceable. Please don't wait until the job takes more from you than it can ever give you back. If you know a James out there, tag them. And if this story shook you, drop your thoughts in the comments.
All right.
Wow. Welcome from wherever you're watching us. Welcome to tonight's Digital Business Forum show, where we do inform and inspire you to start and take advantage of this digital era. Start something, start a business, have an extra source of income. Tonight I'm hosting with Dorothy, and we do have a guest, special gentleman, to share his journey with us into this digital space. Mr. Dismas, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Dorothy, I would like to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to the people that are viewing us, so they can, get to know who you are if they're watching for the very first time.
Hello, hi everybody. How are you doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. If it's your first time to see me, my name is Dorothy Nakalema, originally from Uganda, currently in the United States, a proud digital business coach, a mother, that's a little bit of all. Back to you, David.
And if you're watching us for the very first time, my name is David. I'm an advisor on cybersecurity and a digital business entrepreneur here in the US. Yes, I would like to call in our guest, Mr. Dismas, to introduce himself to you, and we'll push it on from there. Dismas.
Thank you for inviting me over here. And my name is Dismas Ndega. Originally, I am from Nairobi, Kenya. I moved to the US to chase the dream, and I found the grind. And the grind is I do trucking business right now, and I'm so happy and grateful. I also do this wonderful digital business, and I reside in Atlanta, Georgia. With that, I give it back to you, sir.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Dismas. You are my neighbor, incidentally. I'm originally from Uganda, and that's on the East African bloc. When you mention Kenya, you're my neighbor. I've been to Nairobi a couple of times, and with that, I say, habari ya leo. Habari ya leo. That's Swahili. For those that don't know what I just said, I said good morning. And good morning in Swahili, you can say habari. And I believe from Dorothy's background, you also know that she's also from East Africa. She's from Uganda. So tonight we are really honored to be joined by a brother from the East African bloc. You're welcome.
Yes,
You're welcome. So Dismas, I just want to pick I want to pick into your journey into this digital space. I understand that you do have a background in business, and you've taken risks. You are in the trucking business, but again, interestingly, you found your way into digital business. So could you elaborate on your journey into this digital online business world? What motivated you into doing this, with that kind of a background, what led you into this digital space?
Fantastic, fantastic. And that's a very wonderful question. Literally, what I can say, I've been in this country since 1997. So I've been here for a very long time. And I got into trucking in 2002. And there are changes that have been coming up. And so I have got to a point where trucking is really good. It pays you real good. And it has a lot of sacrifices that you have to be willing to sacrifice. One of them is you got to be willing to go out. And sometimes I'm going even for a month, sometimes 2 months without coming back home. And I have a little girl, like as you sit here, I'd committed to this meeting. I'm sitting in the car because I'm in my girl's birthday. She's having a birthday party. And I said, because I committed, I came out.
Wow,
And,
happy birthday to the little one.
Yes, thank you.
And we're so honored that you managed to set aside some time to do this.
Yes.
Because honestly, that's family time. Thank you.
Yes. But we honor our commitments. When we say we're gonna do something, we do it. So being in the trucking, and another thing that has happened over the years is that the rates have been changing a lot. So it seems like you gotta do almost double of what you do to make the same amount that I used to make maybe in 2017, 2018. So it was the handwriting was on the wall, and for years past, I've been trying to come out of truck for some reason. I've tried different things. I've sold. If you are familiar with Cutco, they do knives and cookware. I did that for a while. I've tried also multi-level marketing companies. And I've also done, I even went into financial services, but none of them gave me the freedom that I was looking for and the success I was really looking for. So literally, I've been trying different things. I tell anybody, the risk is not trying. The risk is staying the same in the same job. That if you look at the numbers, 87% of the people in America hate what they do. You just seen a clip where somebody's talking about heart attack. Literally, heart attack is the #1 killer in America. And most of those heart attacks happen in Monday morning. And it's because people are going to the jobs they hate. So for me, I knew for sure. I've been looking. And finally, I found this business by accident. And this is how it went. I was talking to a friend of mine who's an author. He writes books from Kenya. And we were talking. And he was just telling me, by the way, there's this guy that I need to introduce you to. He's a very good mentor. He coaches people in affiliate marketing. And I said, oh, yeah, I love it, because I was telling him I want to find a way to come out of the truck. I said, yeah, that's an area I'd love to get into. And literally, this gentleman introduced me to this guy by sending me his ebook, one of his ebooks. And I enjoyed the content of the book, only that the author of the book used a very strong language. He knew what he was talking about, but the language was very strong. So for me, I'm also used to the language where people are cussing a lot. But what it did for me, bigger than anything else, the algorithms picked up, and I started seeing people's ads who do this type of business. And I got so excited because the person that is my mentor, when I seen her ad, it was amazing, because she was talking about, she had seen an ad like the one I was looking at, and she had made a decision within 5 months. She was able to walk away from a career job, which was a teacher in New York.
Wow.
And within 3 years and a half, she had built a huge commercial hotel in her native country of Nigeria. So it got my interest. And
right.
To me, what got my attention was in a city like where I come from, Atlanta, there was every given day, there's over 60,000 people who go on Google searching for a business online. And literally, when I looked at the system, it places you in front of these people who are already looking for what you got. So that was an easy decision for me. It wasn't nothing hard to it. I said, this is what I want. So that's how I got here.
Wow. Wow. If anything, let me say this, Dismas. I've always thought that it's a very bad thing when somebody's in an accident. But I wish everybody gets the same accident that you are in, because you said you got this. You put yourself in this business by accident. That's a wonderful accident. Anybody out there that is struggling, you have one job and you're not very sure what's going to happen. I know government now is in some kind of a shutdown, you know, and some people are
Yeah,
not going to find a paycheck. You need this
that's
accident.
true.
You do need
Yeah,
this accident, okay? Because because some people, you know, because of their activities on the web, they're always on the web doing something or just scrolling about. They see these things, you know. um, but I know what you mean when an opportunity hits you, you know. It's not necessarily what you've been looking for, but something comes and it intrigues you and gets you into that position where you know, you take action and now see this is where you are and you're able to tell a story, you know. So that is a very interesting you know, thing that happened to you, Jim. And also, you're a risk taker. I know you mentioned something about taking risks, but the businesses that you've spoken of, you mentioned financial services. Of course, when people talk about financial services, Dorothy, you've been in this kind of business before, and it went west for you. But it's just that some of these businesses require you to look for people, you know. But then there are opportunities in life where you don't have to look for nobody. People look for you, and those are the opportunities that we love, because then you don't have to beg friends and family to join you. Sometimes it gets a little uncomfortable, and they don't want to be very close to you because they know after, you know, a conversation of 1 minute, you want to talk to them about business. It can get a bit you know, uh, uncomfortable, you know. And then you did multi-leveled marketing.
it's,
Dorothy, I'll give you an opportunity to say something about that multi-leveled
I'm
marketing.
not gonna say anything about that. If it's not your first time to see us, you guys, we've been discussing kind of those businesses several times. But to my experience, I do believe that globally, any business you're doing, you need people, right? You need customers. Those are the people. But the most important thing, do you have the strategy? David mentioned that I've ever done the, you know, the financial business earlier. But the thing is, if you have the right marketing strategy in place whereby customers, they are the one looking for you, because at the end of the day, you're not going to go and let's say avoid people. When you're a business person, you need these people. But the most important thing, do you have the right marketing strategy whereby your customers, they're the one to look for you instead of you looking for them? I think that is the most important thing we should look into if you're a business owner out there. And when it comes to our business, that's what we provide. The way you wake up, nobody's going to convince you to buy an iPhone, right? And it's expensive. You go in for, even, you know, you go in for like, you can have it even on credit. They don't, no negotiation, nothing, and you're the one looking for it. So they have the right marketing strategy. So the businesses you are starting do have the right marketing strategy. If you don't have it, just go whatever business page you're watching us from, go to the bio description, go to the link, type in your name and email address. Come and show you. We'll check your temperature. If it's really, you know, worth it for you to start a business without a marketing strategy, and we have it in place. So I think that is what I'm going to say on that, David. And we're going to proceed with our guest to see how have you been able to identify a good opportunity to jump on. Suppose you've tried a lot of businesses before, right? A traditional, like a truck, you know, business. It's a traditional business whereby you need to be physically in a place for you to make money. Those early mornings, sleepless nights, and little time with your loved ones. So how did you get to identify the good opportunity for you to jump on?
Awesome. Very, 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 very good question. There's a lot of reasons. I'll tell you why this made sense for me. Number one is I would say, first of all, since I tried other businesses, you know, every other business I tried, it gave me a lesson. Some of them had a little bit of success. Some of them I failed miserably. And but every one of them taught me something about business. And so for me, number one, when I looked at this one, was something you've said over and over and over and over: marketing, how you market. you precisely, you're targeting exact people that are looking for what you got. So I knew for sure that will help a lot, because you don't have to go chasing your friends and family, because at some point that is going to run out. Even if you are so good at it, you run out of friends and family. So I needed something I can sustain for a long time. So I knew just the fact that I have a way to get to a lot of people. That one for me was a plus right there, using
Right.
digital marketing. The second thing I knew that was also something that when I was looking at this business, there were some things I couldn't argue with. You know, number one, documentation beats discussion anytime. When I looked at the documentation of how many people are winning in this business, it just told me a story. You know, I came in the community, I saw so many people who are winning, and most of these people are coming from like professionals. You know, they're doctors, IT people. So I mean, I even met a guy who had 10 trucks, and he had really quit that business and doing this full time. There was so much of the stories that I had that I was convinced if these people can make it, and they wear pants one leg at a time, I knew I wear pants the same way, one leg at a time. I was gonna make it too. I just told myself, this is it. It has too many stories that I knew for sure it's the business for me. You know what I mean? So that was the other part. The other one is when I first watched the webinar, I heard these people talk about two things they were saying over and over and over. Every time I went back to our webinar so many times, and I love the fact that every time I would go to the webinar, they would show different people's stories. But I had something that was just, I kept hearing the same thing. The training they have, comprehensive training, a video-based training. I said, these people must have a very good training. I saw some people who are very smart people. I saw some people who are not very smart. I saw some people who are, business minded. I saw some people who are not business minded. I saw some people who are fat. I saw some people who are thin. I seen black people, white people. So I seen so many different people, and they were making it, and they were saying the same thing. So it kind of drew a picture to me. I say, I need to see that training. And then they also talked about, how they were having so much fun with attraction marketing. And a lot of them were having success. You might not understand why I say this, and having a proven system in multi-level marketing. I would recruit maybe 100 people in a month. Literally 70 of them will be out of the business within the first month. So for me to hear what I was hearing, I knew and I saw that what I call attrition rate was very low. People came into this business, they hardly quit. They stayed with the business for a very long time. That
Right.
I'd never seen it in any direct businesses that I've done before, home-based businesses. I've done so many of them, so I kind of knew the numbers. And when I looked at that, I just knew here is something that is different. Now, the other things I knew that I made a decision that I knew for sure is, number one, the fact that I could do it from the truck without me quitting my plan A, because I knew businesses take time to build. So I knew I needed something that I can transition very easily. It'll be easy transition, even if and I can sustain it. I can do both of them at the same time until the moment where my plan B can take over plan A. So when I looked at that, that was another big plus for me. So I knew, literally, because I can do both businesses at the same time, I said, yeah, this is doable. The other one, I can go on and on and on and on and on, because there were so many reasons that I made that decision. The other one, big one, I've wanted to come out of the truck, and literally I looked at different businesses, and just to be sincere, I'd never found something that could really give me the success I needed within 5 years for me to walk away from the truck. Because I said, for me to walk away from the truck, I needed a business that can give me 3 times what I'm making the truck, and then that will be a proof. If I can do that in 6 months, have sustained income like that, I'll walk away from the truck. And later, when I looked at this, I said, this is literally doable because of a couple of things here. One, we talked about the marketing and the fact that it's going to be sustainable. Second, you're building and you're leveraging and helping other people to come into your organizations, and as you help them, it helps you grow faster. So when I looked at all that, I knew I have found a home. And literally April 18th, 2024, I got started. And it's been such an awesome journey. And this year I was able to make it. I think by May, I made it to be a coach also in the business. So I'm loving my process. And to be honest with you, I haven't scratched the scratch yet. Even though this business is all about using digital, I came in. What I did first, I just came in because I knew some people. I talked to some people. So I'm running my first ad. I just did my first ad. I have to get somebody to come and help me do my first ad. So I'll be starting to run my first ad this month. So I haven't even started the business yet. I'm just even scratching scratch yet.
You're kidding me. So you're telling me, wow, you're a natural. You're a natural. For instance, I know of nobody that just moves the way you've moved. I know of nobody that has. Everybody has a special journey, but yours is very interesting. There's an element that's really
I was
mind-blowing.
very excited to tell you, my brother.
It's mind-blowing. You haven't started.
Yes.
Literally, you haven't started. But look
this
where
was just the excitement of talking to people, and I tell them, listen, I found what we've been looking for. And they say, what is it? What is so different? And I tell them, and they say, man, I want to come in. So that delayed me from even saying I want to run an ad until now. That's when I want to do an ad. My first ad is running this month.
So, wow. It's like you're telling people, I found it, Eureka. This is what it is.
You've been looking for this, so
yes,
I found it.
looking, that reminds me of when I was growing up in boarding school. There was one young man, I forget what his name was, but he used to make I'll call it good fun of the three wise men when they found the star. I mean, remember that story where they were going to visit the newborn baby? Yeah.
Yes.
So it would say, Eureka, Eureka, Eureka. I've found it 3 times, So it's like they were searching. And you tell me, because you've done so many things, you're in the trucking business, you've done multi-level marketing, very tricky business. A lot of people have lost money there. You've been into these financial services. Of course, you've built a skill over the years of learning and talking to people. But you see, whenever you land on something that you think is going to change people's lives, that is your Eureka moment.
Yes.
It's like I've been looking for something, and here it is. I found it. So in a way, it makes life easy for you because you're the believer. You believe that you found it. And then for the people that have trust in you, being a leader, it becomes easy. So now I understand where you come from when you say, I haven't even started. I haven't scratched the surface. I haven't done any advertising, but here I am. I have people, that have also picked an interest and done the business. Congratulations in that area. Kudos to you. Dorothy, I know this was your question. I would like to give you an opportunity to.
It's okay. I'm just out of words. I've never landed on anybody like this. Mostly East African. I think you're the East African who have ever done this, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, in our community. It's a big one, but East Africans, we were kind of down, right? But I'm glad that we are now having people like you, coming to let our people wake up. Oh my God, I'm just out of words. Thank you so much for sharing. David, back to you.
I'll tell you something. I'm telling you something that I learned along the years that might also help a lot for people. Everywhere you go, people say, my people are hard. My people are hard to talk to. My people are hard to talk to. Something I learned along the way is that you have to understand there has to be somebody who has to break because we are people of habits. We just lean on the habits. Once you got a habit, we want to do those habits. Anything else that is coming out of the habit seems like it's dangerous, and nobody wants to go there. So what I realized, I used to have a mentor in one of those multi-level marketing, because multi-level marketing is very difficult. It's not like what we got here. And you have to do a lot of personal development. And one of the things the mentor told me, because I used to tell them, my people are very hard. They ain't going to buy this stuff. He told me, no, it's not your people at hard. He said, if you want to change your people, you have to change you. You have to change. And you have to get to a point where you have to be an example of your own advice, and then people will just follow you. So when I realize that, I even bring it here. I just say, I have to be an example of whatever it is that I say this business is. I have to be that example. And people, once you exemplify to them, they will crack. That's the truth of the matter.
Be the change you would like to see in the world.
Yes.
Be the change you would like to see in the world. It starts with you. So, that just what you just said struck a nerve and reminded me of something I've read, and I think I have it somewhere on a cup. The change that you would, be the change that you'd like to see in the world, something like that.
Yes.
So it begins like you. For you, your consistency, your commitment to the cause, and the difference that you resonate. That what I think he actually found it, because if he has been this consistent with this, and he had complaints with that and the other, there must be something special here. I mean, you're the example yourself. So really that makes sense. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that part as well. I want to bring up something here. Again, like I said, new business. But again, when you say you've been through multi-leveled, I'm saying, have you encountered any technical challenges or obstacles in the development or maintenance of your online platforms? This is digital, and it's going to engage you to work with digital technologies. So how have you been able to maintain and maintain and support yourself, or find support for your technologies? How have you been able to overcome these challenges?
That is a very wonderful question. And I'll first give you an analogy so that maybe even my answer will make a lot of sense. Think of it. 100 years ago, people used to travel with a horse.
Right.
And now, people travel with a car. So even though the person who has a car might have little challenges learning how to work the car, you can't compare it to riding a horse.
No.
So the digital marketing, what I love about it is the same analogy. Is now I'm riding a car, and I've been riding on a horse. So I just finally found a car. They gave me a car to drive instead of using my horse. So my first challenge was just to know how the car works, how the digital works.
Yes.
Because for me, I was like, oh my goodness, this is better than the horse. At least this time, rain ain't gonna rain on me when I'm riding. I'll be covered at least. And once I know how to start this car and get it moving, I don't have to stop. And the horse is a lot of challenges. We have to rest because it is using energy like I'm using energy. With a car, it's a little bit different. So with digital, the first thing is that I wasn't computer savvy. So yeah, I have to learn a little bit things.
Right.
And part of it, even me not doing an ad, I believe in excellence. So I said, I'm not going to just run an ad. I want to learn the interiors of how to really build a good ad.
Right.
So I've never done ads before. I've never done digital ads. All this time, I just been the spokesman of the business. So I had to also learn this stuff. So it's taken me a minute to say what I want to learn. I can't just put something out there for me, right? I just believe, especially with the digital print, people will remember me, how they've seen me. So I said, I got to learn some things. So it's a learning curve. I had to give myself time to learn some things that I was not familiar with. There's a lot of things that here I wasn't familiar with. So my willingness to learn and just being coachable I was able now to learn some very new things that I'd never seen in my life before. So that will be the first part. The learning curve is definitely there, because especially if you're not a computer savvy. I didn't have a very huge following either. So those have been things that I learned. And for me, because I'm willing to learn, I gave myself 5 years to succeed in this business. And I'm literally going to 2 years. I still have 3 years that I've given myself initially to win the business and learn and know the business and really do the business. So starting out, the learning curve, I would say that was a little bit of a challenge. The other things to me, it's for me, they are easier. They're easier.
Right.
You know, because you're still dealing with people. I've dealt with people all because I've been doing businesses for a very long time. I've been dealing with people, so that was not a challenge to me. Building leaders is not a challenge to me because I have understood the concept. You have to be duplicatable. Don't do things that you're becoming a star. Nobody else can duplicate you. You'll not be building a business. I care about people so much. That's why for me, the business is not just about how much money I can make. It's more of a mission. How many people can I help? How many families do I want to set them free? Because I literally know this is going to help a lot of families. So those have not been challenges for me, other than I've been enjoying the process. One of the things I love about this digital business is that we have so much resources from, the drop-ins, the masterminds, flock. You have so much at your hand that for me, even if it was a caveman, as long as they're teachable and coachable, they can succeed in this business. So every little obstacles here and there I might run into have been even exciting. I just know for me, when I say challenges, I say in the middle of challenges, there's a word change. It has caused me to change in some way. So it hasn't been like any other thing I've done. Most of the things I've done before were very challenging. This is less a challenge. That's why I gave you the comparison of a horse and a car.
Yes.
Because I tell anybody this is the business of the 21st century. This is an idea whose time has come. For anybody, if they just take their time and look at it, they'll see for sure the business is not on trial.
No.
It is really the business of the 21st century. So that's what I'll say.
Well, thank you very much for that submission, Dismas. You do care about people, and it's embedded within your work. And I think that's the ingredient that I can say is attributing to your success. Because the reason why you do it, it's key. That reason is what drives you. You draw your energy, you draw your fuel to continue and to push from that why, and again, your willpower, because when you say that you just had to learn how to navigate the digital space, because yes, it's true. I know of people, I used to think that, by the way, before I continue, you speak very good English and it's easy for you to communicate. But I've seen people, and I know of people that find it very difficult to express themselves in a common language such as English. And I used to think that it can be complicated for them to do business. Guess what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they're killing it.
Yes.
They're killing it.
Yes.
Do you know why? Because of the willpower. They have the drive.
Yes.
And they have that they have that good enough reason to do it. And regardless of how they are communicating or putting forth their businesses or moving forward, they're breaking through. Because at the end of the day, if you care about people and you have something that will change their lives, and you do believe in that, you have a molding effect on them.
Yes.
Okay, regardless on how you are communicating. We all know that sometimes we are looking for information, and that information has to come from somebody that doesn't speak very good English, for instance. I'm not being I don't want to go into specifics, but we have our brothers on the Asian continent that sometimes it becomes very difficult to understand their accents. Everybody has an accent, okay? We all do have an accent based on where we come from. But some people, even how they pronounce the certain words, you might miss the point. But if you're looking for information and they tell you that information is coming from a certain region, I'm telling you, you listen. You'll pay attention,
Yes.
You'll pay attention. The Indians have sometimes difficulty to express themselves in English, but you listen.
Yes.
And they'll be serious about their point they're making, and you'll take away what's important and move on. We have them as doctors here in the US. We have them in very high professions. They're in technology, they're everywhere. But I'm telling you, they're the best of the programmers we have in Silicon Valley. They're coming from that, yeah, they're coming from that continent. So, you know, they have to interpret. I've been in meetings where software developers are coming from Bangladesh, you know, and they have to express, but they're the guys developing the solution. And they sit you in a meeting with several other people, you know, wee hours of the night because of the time differences, but they're the guys that are giving a solution. And you just get used to how they express and speak and move on. So bottom line is the willpower, okay? The willingness to learn. So what am I saying? You don't have to know how to speak French or how to speak very good English or how to speak. You can actually do it in your mother tongue. There are people that are just speaking, you know, what's this language from from the Hispanics.
Spanish.
Yes, Spanish. People that are just speaking Spanish and doing business. Filipinas. They're just speaking their language, okay? And well, they're getting the people that understand their language. If you're from a different region but understand Spanish and that's what you're looking for, you listen and move. So yeah, the willpower and the willingness to go on, I think, have been very key to your success, the way you put it. Thank you so much for hamming that in strongly. And I know from wherever you're watching us, I've seen a couple of people in the comments here. You know, I see Juliet, I see Idozi, I see a lot of people out there, some that I know. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. But yeah, so if you're out there and you think this is a business for special people that understand just a certain language, no, we are saying you can do it and change your life wherever you are because it's a global business and it's inclusive. Thank you. Dorothy, anything?
Actually, because of time, I don't know if our guests still have some 5 minutes for us.
Yeah, I'll give you 5 minutes and then I have another meeting starting at 6.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, according what our guest submitted earlier, it's like, you know, the concept of a horse and a car. We can look at it like the way the world is changing as we speak in around, I think, let me repeat this. It's around 1989. It took them 16 years for people to get 1 billion users to start using internet. And in 2004, that is the social media, Facebook, it took them 8 years to have 1 billion users. As we speak today, the world of technology, the AI, ChatGPT came in 2022, and it took them closely 2.5 years just to have this 1 billion users. So what does it tell you at the end of the day, right? So I think that's the answer, you know, to give us in the comment section out there. So I will have the last one just to share. Can you share any valuable lessons or insights you have gained from your experience as an online business owner?
Wow. This is the best part of it. It's the best part of it. This is what I love about this. And I love the affiliate companies that we deal with. They are literally high ticket companies. And literally, when I look at the commission, it has made us such a big difference because when I was coming in, a lot of things had gone sour for me. Literally, first, my mother-in-law, she got so sick and she had to come live with us. And second, I had a truck that was my livelihood. It caught fire and it was a write-off. And then I made a bunch of financial decisions that were not good, and I was in what I call financial tsunami. And literally, I didn't know how I was going to come out of. I was going to dig myself out of it because it took me like 5 months just to go back and forth insurance, to really even to be in a place where they say we can now look at your case and see. So for me, the first experience was, man, when I came into this business, and just start talking to people and telling people, and a few people joined the business, and they started doing their business. Literally, I got paid real well, and within 3 months, literally, I had stabilized my finances, and it painted a very good picture for me. I knew for sure I'd found the it factor that I was looking for so many years, and you know, so that was the beginning of it. And then secondly, it is especially, that's why I say, if somebody is just willing and they're coachable, literally this is the easiest business out there, because you do something once. Even if you set up an ad, you do it one time, and the ad will be running on the background 24/7 while you're asleep. It's still working on your behalf. The ad is, when you look at it, most of it, all the heavy lifting is done because of the automation and the softwares that are running this. So you're literally doing only maybe 5 to 10%, 95% is done with automation. It is a business that, when you look at it, the quadrants, when you look at the 4 quadrants where people make money, employee, or you can be a solo entrepreneur like I am, those people on the left side, meaning you're exchanging time for money. This business, if you build it, it allows you to really build a big business out of it, so that it has passive income in it. And with passive income, and because you make a lot of money, you can invest a lot where money starts working for you. So when I look at this, I say, even when I hear somebody saying they don't want to look at it, I say, man, you don't even know what you're giving up on. Because the fact that you can look at it for free, I would say the whole world should look at this, because literally it has made the biggest difference for me. It's just a matter of time now when I'm going to come out of the truck. It's not, I gave myself 5 years, but it's not going to take 5 years for me to come out of the truck. I can tell you that for sure. So I say it's literally a business that anybody who's really out there and they're looking for a plan B, anybody who's been out there, even if they don't understand entrepreneurship, this is the best one to start with, because of how it's set up. With first of all, numbers don't lie. Usually, I say that over and over and over and over. We have so many people who have joined this business, and the training is excellent. They're gonna build your own website. They're gonna give you a mentor and a coach. They're gonna, when you look at it, you don't need no experience. You don't even have to have a big following on the social media. When you look at it, you don't have to chase your friends and family. There's no selling. All these things that most people are scared of to start a business, you don't have to deal with that. And literally, you have so much help that when I say you're going to be in business for yourself, but not by yourself, it almost sounded like a cliche, but that's what it is. So I would say for me, it has been such a blessing for me. And I have people here who came in. I have one lady right now. She's almost, maybe she's just a few points away from being a 5A in the business. And yet, she didn't know nothing about computer. I remember one time we were doing a training just to show you how bad she was in computer. She would tell me things like, the cursor had disappeared. I say, play with the mouse. Play with the mouse, you'll see the cursor. She say, I can't find it. It has disappeared. I say, the cursor cannot disappear. You understand? And this lady is winning big time right now. So when I tell you, I can talk until tomorrow why this is such a wonderful business for anybody and everybody to really take a look at it. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but I'm saying everybody should take a look at it and know if it's your right fit or if it's not your right fit, you'll know. But I'm telling you, for me, this is a no-brainer. I tell anybody, man. I can scream. I can go to my enemy and tell them, "Hey, come on in. This is what you need in this time of we live in." Yes, sir. So I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you so much. You just made my day. The cursor disappeared. I know. Hey, Zawadi, hi to you. This is for you. I have somebody like that. But now, as I speak, actually, sometimes I call and she's like, Coach, yes, I've discovered a new one. That is this one. But in the beginning, we were in that hustle. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Dismas has given me a new one. So now we do have some casa chasers. We do have some casa chasers.
Yes.
You can make a joke out of it. But yes, it's true. There are people that are not tech savvy.
Yeah,
that tells you that person wasn't tech savvy. they don't know the dynamics of even moving or tracking the cursor on the screen. Imagine people that come from that background of technology, they don't know much, but then they get into a business that has such an awesome opportunity, and with their drive, they're able to catch up real fast. You mentioned something I wanted to touch before I can leave you. You said something about the cash flow quadrant. You mentioned the
other two sides on the right.
Yes.
The other two sides on the right.
Yes.
The right side is big business, and the last one will be investor.
Right.
Investor.
And we are all trying to come from this side where employment and self-employed.
Yes, because that side you're working for you're exchanging time with money. You know what I mean? Right. You have to put time in, and anything can happen. You can get sick, you can have an accident, and that means your money stops. But on the other side, they work for passive income.
Yes. So everything we are doing as consultants, as lawyers, as technicians, we are trying to be self-employed. And if you're running your 8 to 5, you're here as an employee. Okay. You wake up one morning and they tell you your job has been impacted. That's the technical word they love using here in the US.
It's actually, David, it's currently happening in the US. Yes, I think it's over 800,000 federal employees are now on hold for work.
There, your job gets impacted. There, you have a little bit of control of what's coming your way. You're self-employed, you have a couple of contracts, some you will lose, but you might have some bit of chance to have some bit of
drivers, they fall there, self-employed.
And we are all trying to go that side, where you're running a business on steroids and on remote. The digital business can start you there. Okay, you run a business. Whether you're awake or asleep, there's a business on autopilot. But eventually, we want to get into this area where you have no worry about money. So thank you for actually mentioning that. I know something about that cash flow quadrant. It's in Rich Dad Poor Dad, I think. He actually wrote another book, The Cash Flow Quadrant. That's where that is. If you want to get into details of that, there is The Cash Flow Quadrant. Look for the book. Wonderful, by Robert Kiyosaki, I think.
Yes.
It says much about the cash flow quadrant if you want to understand the dynamics of what happens in these things we call work, business, investment. Yeah. So Dorothy, did you have anything more to add on, to comment, or should we just release?
Let's release our guest, please.
Okay. So Dismas, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for sparing your time. I know it's your daughter's birthday. Happy birthday to the little one. And I hope that she grows into a wonderful, God-fearing lady. Thank you for joining us. I want to release you to go and enjoy your family moment. And for those that are watching us, you go in the bio or the description for this particular video, you'll find a link that will take you to our website. If you need more information, click on that link. You'll understand more about the opportunities we're talking about and how you can take advantage of them. And also find that eureka moment for yourself. And we'll see you on the other side. Thank you for joining us tonight. And I'll say bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT. This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates with you, don't miss this.